Hey everyone, this is Benjamin here from the African Geek, and you are welcome to this fantastic tutorial. In today's tutorial, we are going to be designing a banner, okay, and this banner is going to be used to run an ad, or you can use it on your website, okay. And let's say you wanted people to come to your agency to book their flights for their travel and stuff like that. We are going to be designing a banner that can work for that, okay. So if this is what you also want to learn how to create, stay tuned and we will be right back after the intro. So in this very tutorial, we are going to be doing a number of tricks, okay. And the first thing we are going to do is to create a shadow, okay, because in this case Canva doesn't really allow you to create shadows from your shapes. So what I'm going to do, you would find it, there's a link in the description that will lead you to a Google Drive as usual, okay, so that you can also take it and use it with me. So I'll come to create a design and I'll select logo, okay, and it should open quickly. Nice one. Okay, then I come into element, and in element I would select this polygon over here. So I'll click on the corner of this polygon. I'll click and hold Alt, okay, and drag it and leave the Alt, click and hold Alt and increase it, okay, then leave my mouse and leave my Alt, okay. So this is what I have. Then I come to colors and I change it to a lighter gray, or maybe this, you can choose any of these, okay, if you're on the pro version of Canva. Then what I'm going to do is to download this. So I come to transparent background and it should load and I can download it. Now that it's done, you can see since I'm using the app on Canva, I just come to downloads and I just drop it here. I have so many I have so many files that I've named untitled anyway. So I'll just say polygon shadow, okay. So now it's saved. Now then I come back to my home and I can just search for banner, banner, okay, and there are several banners we have over here. So I'll choose the block banner for an example, okay. Then while it's loading, I'll just try to let me come to downloads and I just import. All right, so I have all of these things over. Okay, so now that we've done that, I just want you to know that this is going to take some very easy and simple tricks, okay. So I come into element, and in element what I'm going to do is to come down and select the grid. So I select the first option I have over here, okay, and I'll just leave it the way it is, and maybe let me lock it, okay. Then I come into shapes, and in shapes I choose the same polygon I chose earlier, and I can rotate it this way, okay, and come into frames, see all, and I'll scroll down because I want to find something similar to what I have over here. All right, okay, so I have this one, I select it, and you can see since this one is with how it is, it means I have to just rotate whatever I did to my initial shape. So I make it 0, then hold the frame and place it right on top and reduce the size a little bit, okay. So what we can even do now is with the shape we have behind, we can duplicate it, okay. So I select it and I duplicate it, okay. Then I just center it and I can click on the corner over here and press Alt and increase the size more. Then I would right click, send backward, and I'll send it backward again, and you can see we can't really see anything over here. So what I'm going to do is to select the second, okay, the smaller polygon over here, and change the color to white. Then I click on the corner and hold Alt and increase the size so that I have something like this, okay. Nice one. Now I select all of them and reduce the size of it, and I can position it here and duplicate it and increase the size of it all. So I can increase the size and have it over here. And what we can even do is, even with this one, we can select it and bring it here, okay. It should be in the middle, and we would send all of them backward, okay, and backward, and backward. Okay, so we would have something like this. So yeah, then I can select all of them because I don't want them to be too big, and I'll reduce the size. All right, then I can just position them here. Maybe it should go more. Okay, this is fantastic. So the next thing I'm going to do is to go into my photos, and in photos I'm going to search for maybe mountain. Okay, you can search for vacation. There's so many things you can search. Okay, so you can see I have mountain over here. Maybe if this is what I want to use to advertise, okay, so now I'm sure you know the reason why the photo isn't going into the frame. The simple reason is because the frame behind is locked, so I can just unlock it and throw my photo in there. Okay, then if you want to adjust your photo, you can just double click and yes, adjust. All right, then I select a rectangle by pressing R on my keyboard, and I increase the size over here. Come to transparency and reduce it to somewhere like 95. I think 95 is too small, so I'll drop it down more to 68. Sorry, select and right click and send to back. My image is in front, so right click and send it to the back. So I have something like this. And if you want, you can also search for vacation, like I said earlier. If you search for vacation, there are also so many interesting photos you can use. So you can see this one is also a very cool image. You can also have this drinks over here. This one looks very interesting. But the only thing is, if you want to use something like this, then the overlay should also be somewhat of a bright color. Okay, so you can see orange. It can be, any color Canva has generated from it. Okay, so I just want to walk you through some few things over here. So let me just search for vacation again. Then you can see there's so many we can use. So if you want to use the plane, but those two. Okay, you can also use this. You can use the family, depending on what you want to use. Okay, so for the sake of this, I'll just go back to my mountain. So I'll just undo. Okay, so I have my mountain, which is very cool. Okay, then I would increase the size a little bit more so that it covers it wholly. Okay, then with the shape I have over here, I can select this one, and I can change the color to maybe blue or a darker. Okay, then I change all the colors by clicking on this shortcut over here. All right, so now that we have that, we need to add some text. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to come to text, and in text I'm going to choose add a heading. Then I move it somewhere here. Okay, and I can just say fly with us. Okay, so fly with us. Then I can just change the font, the typeface. Okay, so I can use a script. I can decide to use a script. I use a certain font in the previous tutorial. I can't remember, but don't worry, I just felt like saying it. Oh my goodness. Some people say, oh Ben, you're so crazy, and I'd be like, if I'm crazy, I wouldn't be doing the things I do. Yeah, because crazy people don't make tutorials, they make comedies. Okay, yeah, so you can see we can position it this way, and there's even a very interesting way you can position all of these shapes. If you want to know how to do it, then look at what I'm about to do. So I can have this one here, and I can position it here. Let me delete this, and I can duplicate and position. So it means that even in this one, I would increase the size more. Then I select this one, increase the size more. Let me delete this little child over here and delete. Okay, so I select this one and bring it closer. Come closer to me, closer to me. I just felt like singing a little bit. All right, so you see, so I can position this one also here. This one can come here. Okay, can come here. Then I can also duplicate it and position it here. So you can see what I've done. Very interesting and very creative. Very. Okay, so I can drop it down. Okay, yeah, so it depends on the scale or like how you want it to look like. So now I can also decide to reduce the size. Okay, so reduce the size, bring it here. You can see we have even an extra space over here, so I can still duplicate this and bring it here. Okay, now we have fly with us. I can increase fly with us and I'll make the color white. Okay, and maybe I want to fly with us, your safety or your safety. No, it's travel, so fly with us, your enjoyment is on us. It sounds nice. Your enjoyment is on us. Okay, when you are selling, there's one thing I want to share with you. When you are selling, you should use words that would entice people, and it shouldn't be that you are deceiving them. Okay, because you don't want to say something to them and people come and they do not get what you promised. So you should know what you're giving them, and anything you say should be linked to whatever you are giving them. Okay, and so that they feel enticed, and when they come they still get whatever you've promised them. Okay, good. So now that we are back to what we are doing, I will just click on Olio script and I'll choose maybe Quicksand. Okay, there's one very nice font I discovered recently. I really like it, so I choose Quicksand and I would decrease the size, stretch it more, and I would position it here. Okay, maybe increase the size more and I'll choose white. Okay, for it, so I can choose, I can choose both of them and increase the size. All right, okay, then I press R on my keyboard for rectangle and I would decrease the rectangle more. Okay, no, let me put it here. Sorry, I just missed something. I wanted to put some extra information there, so I would pull one tab over here and I'm going to use a dummy text. Okay, so that I don't really think so much on what to say. So dummy, there's this website I always use. It's called the blind text generator. Okay, so I can just choose any of them. Okay, I'll just choose, let's say, yeah, something like this, and I'll duplicate and I'll fix it back here. All right, and I come here and I paste it, and I don't want it to be in this font, so I choose maybe Quicksand. Okay, and I can reduce the size. Let me make it 50 first. Where is it? Where did it go? This doesn't sound friendly at all, so I would just position it here, come here and pull it down. Okay, so I pull it down and stretch it and bring it here. Now choose the left alignment and I'll reduce the size more. Okay, so that people can also read what we want them to do. The action, some details you would like to add. Okay, but it shouldn't be too much text like I have over here. This is just a dummy text. Okay, so with this, since it's going to be the call to action, I would want it to stand out, so I can maybe choose yellow. Okay, so that it stands out. Then over here I can put something that can say book your spot now. Okay, here's a call to action, so they should once they see it, they should want to take action. Okay, all right, then to add a little bit of flair to it, we added this earlier on, so what I'm going to do is I'll increase the size of this. It shouldn't be okay, let me just do this. Use the arrow keys, okay, and position it. Okay, then you can right click, send it backward, come to position backward. You send it backward so it's behind bring it forward. Okay, backward. So you can see what I'm doing. It should go behind everything you have. So once it's there, you can come to adjust, and the blurriness, you increase the blurriness of it, but reduce the transparency so that it's not too transparent. You can duplicate. So I just click on it and I'll duplicate it, and I'll use my arrow key to bring it down. Okay, and I can send it backward. Okay, so I'm using the keyboard shortcut, and I can duplicate it again and use my arrow key to move it up. So you hold shift plus any plus any of your arrow key, whether left or right, so that it moves 10 times. If you just press on your arrow key one, like pressing this way, it moves by 1. But if you hold shift and you move, it moves by 10. That's the thing. Okay, so I send it backward, and I can position it here also, move it up, now send it backward. Okay, nice one. I can do the same for what I have over here, then send it backward. So this is what I have at the moment, but I'm not done. I just wanted to demonstrate this to you. So by now, just one element I want you to always have is the gradient element. Okay, and that's what I'm going to pick up. So I pick it up, select it, and position it here, and I'm just going to stretch it so much. Then I will move this up and double click on it and move it up. Okay, so you can see it's here so much, so I just drop it down so that it doesn't look like a cutout. You can see it's looking like it's cut out, so I have to drop it down more. Okay, even it's still showing, drop it more. Okay, so you drop it so it doesn't look like a cutout thing, for people to easily notice what you did. So I send it back. It should be right on top of this particular layer we added. Okay, so I think that's where it is right now. All right, then we can change the color to the blue we use. So I come to effect, and in effect I come to dual tone. So I double click on any of the dual tones over there, and I come to the shadows and choose my color. Okay, what I use, I come to highlight, I also choose the same color. And you can see it's not really visible, so I apply first of all, and let me make sure it's saved. Okay, so it's saying save in pause. It should save any moment from now. Awesome. So then I can duplicate it. Okay, and I duplicate again. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to duplicate it. So I duplicate about 3 times. But if you want the bottom part, you don't want it to be visible, you can duplicate it. Even if it's 50 times you want to do that, do it. It's your design. Select all, group, and the grouping makes it a single layer, so that when you're moving it back, you're not going to be moving so many things, like to waste so much time. Okay, so I bring it forward, and you can see this is how it's looking right now. So what I'm going to do right now is to fix some images here. So I come into photos and search for vacation. I'm already there. Now I just drag photos in here. Very beautiful. I drag this one here because I want people to really see this one. And let me see this dog. I don't know, a dog on vacation. How come? Come on, man. Anyways, so I want to also select this little girl. Yeah, it shows she's on vacation, and we can come and choose. Okay, this lady is also relaxing. She's on vacation. Yeah, you wouldn't really see it, but it's not expected to be seen. That's why it's at the bottom. Okay, so this is what I wanted to demonstrate with you. Simply on how to create a banner for a travel agency so that they can advertise their services or their packages to people. And I hope you also enjoyed it so much. The name is Benjamin, and always remember, there is no limit to creativity. I'll see you in my next video.